Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. My name's Em. If you don't know, now you know. Hi guys, how are you? I haven't uploaded in a couple weeks. Is anybody shocked? Probably not. And if you are at this point, I don't know what to tell you, man, if I'm being honest, but we are here today. First off, I'm in my car today, so if the audio is weird or if the video is weird, I apologize. I'm trying to find other places to film that aren't just my living room because, guys, my sister has officially been living with me for 2 weeks now. I guess when this goes out, it'll be like 3 weeks, which is wild, but it's been going really good. She was yelling at me for making fun of her in the last episode, so apologies, but yeah, I don't know. There's that with that. What else has happened since oh my god, we went to the Hozier concert. I brought my sister with me because, so he was here. Can you see my toes? Oh no. If y'all can see my toes, that might be the end. I'll do a lot of shit. I will not show you my toes. Anyways, so the Tuesday before, like, he performed here on the Wednesday, and the Tuesday, so like the day before, I was just looking because he had made his recap post of, I think he was in Winnipeg before he came here. And I was like, what are the odds that there's anything left for sale? I was like, probably not. And if there is, they're going to be like floor tickets. And I don't have the $700 to dump on a floor ticket. And I found two, like, nosebleed. We were at the far back of the rink, like the furthest that you can possibly be from the stage. But they were $50 US a ticket. So we ended up spending like $70 each in total. Anyways, so we went. It was incredible. Oh my god, like, oh, he has been one of my favorite artists since forever, like, since I was really fucking young. I loved his music. I loved, like, the Wastelands album, like, everything. All of his music is incredible, and I'm not really a concert person. I've gone to a couple concerts, but they're just not really my thing. But his concert was insane. It was incredible. It was so good. The people that were sitting beside us were incredible. Like, all three of them were awesome. So we vibed really well. And it was just, like, it was a really cool experience. It was also, like, it was my sister's first concert. So it was fun to get to bring her to her first concert ever, which is wild that was the first one she ever got to go to, was a Hozier concert. But it was incredible. The set was amazing. Like, everything about it was just, it was incredible. So yeah, that was like my big, I don't know, that was like my August event, was going to the concert. And there's something so cool about just live music in general. I love live music. I love festivals and concerts and whatever else. I just said I don't like concerts. I don't like the busyness of concerts, I guess you could say. I much prefer like smaller festivals and different sets like that. But it was incredible. Like, it is so cool getting to see one of your favorite artists perform live. Like, it was just, oh my god. Guess what, guys? This is going to be a rambly episode because I haven't recorded in like 3 weeks, so I feel like I have a lot of shit to tell y'all. I'm officially going back to school in January, which is so scary. It's very exciting, don't get me wrong. I'm very excited about it. It's just terrifying. So if you've never listened, or if you don't pay attention when I talk about school, honestly, I just realized I don't have any jewelry on. Okay, I'm gonna look like a sweaty mess by the end of this because it is hot as fuck in this car, and I'm like parked in the sun. Anyways, so I went to school like right out of high school. Like, I went into university right out of high school, studied for 3 years, and then winter of 2022, I was like, you know what? I need a break. Like, I need to stop. So I stopped. Like, I didn't go back to school in the fall of 22 or all of last year or all of this year, which is scary. Like, that's, oh my god. It's, when I think about the fact of what I've done for the last like year and a half and it not being revolved around school, it's really scary. But I stopped taking classes, and I think at the back of my head, like, even my parents would ask me and other people would ask me, like, oh, but, like, do you think you're gonna go back? And I think there was part of me that truly believed that I was never gonna go back to school, which when I say it out loud, I don't know. There's like 90% of my brain that knew at some point in my life I was going to go back to school, whether it was for the same thing that I was studying or something completely different. Whatever the case may be, I knew that I was going to go to school for something. But there was 10%, maybe 5%. There was a small percentage of my brain that was like, what if I just don't go back? Because here's the thing. When I first applied for school, I applied for like physiology and pharmacology because I wanted that as my pre-med major so that I could go to med school and have a good pre-med background, essentially. I would have taken all of the STEM classes that you kind of like, quote unquote, need for med school. And then Canadian med schools, if you have any experience with trying to even just think about going to med school and you're Canadian, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Canadian med schools are insane right now. And I don't know, as much as I love medicine and as much as the idea of working in medicine is still what I want and all of that, I don't know, at least where I was at in 2022, I don't think I was in a good mental position to like put myself through potentially years of rewriting MCATs and rewriting Caspers and taking new prep courses and continuously applying cycle after cycle with nothing, because I don't know that I would have handled it well. I don't know that I would have, I don't want to say that I wouldn't have handled the rejection well, but I don't think I would have at that point in my life. If I was to talk to myself now, I think I'm in a much better position mentally and emotionally to handle the like inevitable rejection from med schools. I don't think I would have handled it well 2 years ago because I was so, my entire life and my entire purpose in my life revolved around school and revolved around my success in school, which, don't get me wrong, allowed me to do really well in school. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't understand why I was leaving or why I was like dropping out, whatever. I did really well in school. Like, I enjoy school. I love, like, I've said my entire life, I've always said, if I could go to school for the rest of my life, I would take every degree imaginable. I would go to every school that I could get into. I would study for the rest of my life if it meant that I didn't need a traditional 9-to-5 job. And that's still true. But my entire childhood and like adolescence and my first splint in university, my entire self-worth and my entire self-respect revolved around my grades and how I was doing. And newsflash, I was mentally dying. Like, I was not doing well mentally. And that sucked. So yeah, I think there's a part of me that med is still, in some regard, still a thing. Something in healthcare I would love. I've been contemplating physio again, which I used to think that I was going to go into, like, that was what I wanted to do. And then I moved away from that, and now I'm like, I don't know what I want. So, anyways, long story short, I'm going back to school in January. I'm still working full-time or as close to full-time as possible. So I'm only taking 3 classes this semester, or I guess next semester, because I just want to kind of ease my way back into studying and also find a good balance between studying and working. Especially when I was in school last time, all of my semester, like, I would take 5 class semesters, plus on average 3 to 4 of my classes would have a lab, which, if you've taken labs, you know it's an entirely different course. It's not, obviously the material is like similar, but it's the equivalent of another class worth of work. So some semesters it felt like I was fucking taking like 9 classes in a semester, plus trying to work part-time and just like exist as a person. And yeah, it wasn't going well. So that's the current plan for winter of 2025, is taking 3 classes. I'm excited about all of my classes. Like, I don't know, I'm really excited for them. And I'm also just excited to once again, I don't want to say that like school gives me purpose or school helps me feel like I have a purpose, but I think education is definitely something that I've prioritized in my life, regardless of if that's like through traditional institutionalized education like university, or if it's, you know, I can't even count the amount of like little online courses I've taken in the past year and a half for the most obscure topics, but it's stuff that like, if I have a middle of the night thought of like, this is an interesting topic, let me go see if there's a course I can take, especially the free ones. There's a couple like free online courses you can take about random ass topics, and they're really cool. So, I don't know. I'm excited to go back. It's gonna be really fucking weird, if I'm being honest. My sister is starting school this year. She's taking accounting through the college here. My brother just moved back about a week ago to Calgary to continue his major. And I think it'll just feel weird to go back, especially because they're all in person. Like, it'll be 3 in-person courses while also working pretty much full-time. Like, it's just going to be different. But I think it'll be fun. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Currently, I think I'm going to major in philosophy because I love phil. Like, I love philosophy. Am I ever going to work in a industry that specifically requires a philosophy degree? Probably not. But if I'm being honest, I'm in a position in life where I don't really care to use my degree. Are people gonna get mad at me for saying that? Probably. But realistically, I'm not only going back to school because I want a better job. Would it be nice to have like a really balanced career that paid me really fantastic and whatnot? Yes, obviously. However, I'm not opposed to the idea of going back to school while working for the next little bit here, finishing any random degree that I want to finish, and then living in a van, hanging my degree on my van wall. Maybe I'll give my degree to my parents. They can hang it on their wall. I don't fucking know. I don't know, and I don't care to know. And I think that's why I'm very excited to go back, and I think part of it is because of the fact that I don't care what this degree is going to lead me to in life. In a good way, not in a bad way. Not in the like, oh, I don't give a shit about my life. But in a way that I'm like, hey, here's the thing. What you study in your 20s in university does not have to determine your entire life if you don't want it to. So, that's exciting. Maybe we'll do, when I go back to school, maybe we'll do like a back to school, I don't know, something. But for any of you that are going this fall, maybe you're going back, maybe you're just like continuing your study, maybe this is your first year of uni, or first year of college, or trades, whatever you're oh my god, I thought there was a person. Whatever you're doing, maybe you are just now starting. Oh, good for you. Truly, like, people love to shit on university, and don't get me wrong, I have too. Like, I have opinions about institutionalized education and how certain countries, including my own, handle it. But one thing in life that nobody can ever take away from you is your education, regardless of if you use it or not. Obviously, I want to preface, I'm in a very privileged position to sit here and say, oh, I'm just going to go to university because I want to study, but I don't necessarily need to work in it. That is a privilege, not only for like my socioeconomic status, 1000%, the fact that I'm like financially able to just go to school just to go is insane, and I'm not like disregarding that, and I never want to make that, like, I never want to make it seem like I'm not aware of the fact that both my parents' socioeconomical and mine is a privilege that I'm allowed, or that my like life allows for education to be attainable. Also just the fact that it was never a surprise that the 3 of us were going to university or going to post-secondary education. My parents put money away for us in like RESPs and stuff basically from the time we were born, I'm pretty sure, because they always knew that we were going to go to school, whatever type of schooling that was, whether, again, that's trades, college, university, trades, like, whatever it was. There was never any question about the 3 of us going to school. Sorry, my phone overheated. If the angle changed, I apologize. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, there was never any question about us going to school, or like, even if we decided not to go to school, the option was always going to be there, and that in and of itself is a privilege. There's so many things. My race allows for a privilege in university and post-secondary. Like, there's so much that goes into, oh my god, I could do a whole episode just about that. There's a couple classes that my university offers that talks about that, and I'm actually really interested in taking them. But anyways, I'm going back to school, which is fucking terrifying, but also I'm just so excited. Like, I am so excited to go back. And yeah, I'm trying really hard not to tie my self-worth and my belief in myself towards my education, but I'm very excited. So there's that. That's my other big life update. What else? Oh my god, it's my birthday tomorrow. Not today's tomorrow, but when you guys are listening, or like when this goes up, my birthday is tomorrow. Guess what? I still hate my birthday. If you've been here for the whole year, if you have listened for the whole year, which also, I missed the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. Whoops. I don't even remember when it is. I don't remember when the first episode went up, but I do know that I had posted a couple episodes before my birthday episode last year. So, we've been over a year of the podcast, which is terrifying. But yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. And that's scary. I don't enjoy my birthday. I really, truly don't. But I think next week's episode, I was going to do it this week, but then it just felt weird to jump straight into that. So I think next week's episode is going to be kind of like a birthday recap. And I also want to go back and listen to parts of last year's episodes and just talk about what's changed. What did I actually accomplish that I wanted to accomplish? What did I not do? All of that. So that'll be next week's episode. What other fun updates do I have? I don't think anything. Oh, guess what, guys? I'm actually vlogging again. So I think that'll go up by the time you guys listen to it. Okay, it'll go up in a couple weeks because it's a longer video that I want to do. But that is started again. Long story short, my end of summer, I've been a little depressed mode. I've been not doing great. So I am trying desperately to get myself out of my funk or get myself in a better position before fall starts, because if you know anything about winter anywhere, but I feel especially winter where you've got brutal cold dark ass winters, it's tough. It is a mentally exhausting existence for 8 months of the year because you don't see the sun, and it's just a whole thing. So I'm trying to get myself into a better mood and better life position now before the winter gloomies start hitting, because if I don't do anything, I'm gonna come January, I'm gonna be unwell. So we're trying to do some shit now. But anyways, that is the longest intro I think ever. So sorry. So I guess we'll talk about what I actually want to talk about today, which, okay, I'm kind of annoyed. I meant to record this episode last week, and then again depressed and didn't want to get out of bed last week, so I didn't. I saw a TikTok. This was probably 3 weeks ago now. I saw this TikTok. I'm pretty sure the girl's name was Sophia Bamf. B-A-M-F. B-A-M-F-F? I don't remember. I saved this TikTok of hers, and then I went to go look at it today to take a couple notes from it and just re-watch what she said. And it's deleted. It's gone. So I don't know if she was getting shit for it. I don't know if people were mad that she talked about. I don't know. I don't know what the case was, but the TikTok's gone. But essentially, this girl posted this TikTok weeks ago talking about the fact that if you make fun of people, you're ugly. And I want to talk about it. I have some opinions. I have some thoughts, and I want to talk about it. So, she based it off of a lot of her points were from the gym and from an exercise point of view, and essentially her whole argument was that if you make fun of people, or if you mock people, or if you insult people for trying something new or trying to better themselves or just doing anything, you're fucking ugly. And I agree. I do not care. I don't care how pretty of a person you are on the outside. If you have an ugly interior, if you, like, you are an ugly person. If you are gross inside, if you are mean, if you are a fucking bitch, you are the ugliest person I've ever met. If you walk into a house, the outside might look real fucking nice, but if they have raggedy ass orange carpets on the inside, that is an ugly house. And you, bitch, are an ugly bitch. Not her. Not the girl who... I'm just saying... I need to stop talking. So, I just wanted to talk about it because I think when it comes to gym culture, again, people are going to yell at me, all you talk about is the gym. I don't give a shit. Find a different podcast. Sorry, not sorry. In the gym culture, for a really, really long time, there was like this elitism that came with people who grew up working out. And there was like this God complex of nobody else can start working out. If you have not worked out since the second you were shooted out of your mother's womb, you don't get to start working out now because this is our little club. Hey, we lift in this little gym. There's like 5 of us. We're men in our mid-30s and we're all jacked, and you can't join us because you A, don't look like us, B, you're a woman, or C, you haven't been doing this before, so you can't start now. Fuck off, first of all. But luckily, in the past couple of years, I feel like especially in the last like 5 to 10 years, there's been this huge switch in gym culture where now everybody works out. Everybody goes to the gym. Everybody has some form of membership to some form of fitness or workout. And if you don't, you're almost like the weird one. Not that you're weird if you don't work out. I mean, do whatever you want. I do think that everybody should have some form of regular exercise in their life. But I'm talking in the sense of like, if I go up to somebody and they tell me that they have never stepped foot in the gym, or they don't run, or they don't swim, or they don't go to classes, like they don't do any physical activity, in my head I'm like, why? Why are you like, why? Obviously this excludes people who are like not able-bodied to be able to do that, but there's just been this switch where now everybody works out, everybody goes to the gym, everybody has some fitness regimen in their life, and it's no longer this thing of like, oh, you can't start, like it's too late. You waited 20 years, you cannot join now. You waited 50 years, you cannot join now. I see people in my gym who are like in their 70s signing up for memberships and signing up for PT sessions or the classes that they do, like the group classes. Incredible. Fantastic. Like, the best thing you could ever see is people at any point in their life taking control of their health and taking control of their fitness. It's awesome. However, there is still this like slimy little group of people, not in my gym, like I'm not saying like these are the people that are at my gym. I'm talking about in the world. I'm talking about in the entire existence of people who train and people who work out. There's this slimy little group of people who still hold this God complex about like, oh, you can't train at our gym because you've never worked out before. You can't train the way that I train because I'm just so much more experienced than you. You can't do this. People will like take a look at somebody and assume that their physical capabilities are correlation to their appearance or their lifestyle, whatever it is. And you're ugly for that. You're so ugly for that. Imagine going to bed at night knowing that your only accomplishment in that day was making fun of somebody who stepped into the gym for the first time and was trying to better themselves. Like, you're kidding. Are you fucking kidding? You're kidding. You're so ugly. You are so ugly. You are horrible. You are a bad person, first of all. Second of all, you're ugly. It irks me. It irks me especially because, like, coming from somebody whose physical capabilities are often overlooked or judged by people who do not look like me, it irks me knowing that there is so many people. Like, again, I've talked about it before. I grew up in a family where my parents worked out, I played sports. Fitness and health was like a very prioritized thing in all of our lives. So to me, it was not like shocking to start going to the gym. But for some people, that's not the reality. Some people do not grow up in a family or in a community that their fitness and health is supported, which, first of all, bonkers to me. A side note, this is like such a ramble, but months ago, if I can find that specific TikTok that I'm talking about, I'll link it. But months ago, this girl posted this TikTok, and she was talking about the fact that she finds it so frustrating that people are like shocked when you take care of your health. And I could not fucking agree more. The amount of times a week, the amount of times a day, truly, that I've heard like, oh, you really work out like 5 times a week? Oh, you really like, you actually get... I hate myself. Another camera angle. I just recorded the last like 10-minute clip and the outro and everything, and I realized that I was recording with my front camera. So you guys weren't seeing anything. Anyways, the cutest little old men pulled up beside me. There were a couple parking spots away, but they pulled up beside me, pulled out their lawn chairs out of the back seat, and they are currently sitting and drinking their coffees in the shade of the tree on their lawn chairs. And I just I love it. The urge that like the way that I want to be like a 75-year-old man is unreal. Anyways, besides like their internalized misogyny and the lead paint stare, but other than that, anyways, as we were saying, yeah, I will never understand people's mentality of it being like shocking that I take care of myself and that I prioritize my health. And it's always, I don't want to generalize because people get mad at me when I do that, but typically speaking, those types of comments and that mentality oftentimes comes from people who like to complain about their health or something that's going on or their discomfort in life or whatever it is. They always seem to have something wrong with them physically, or there's always an excuse as to why they can't be healthier or prioritize their health. So when it comes to like your daily steps, for example, the generalized baseline of the recommended amount of steps in a day is 10,000 steps. Everybody's heard it. Everybody knows that. Obviously, certain factors can affect that, whether you should get more or less. Talk to your doctor, talk to a PT, talk to somebody about it. But typically speaking, it is recommended for people to get 10,000 steps a day. Now, I don't think that that is insane or outrageous or unattainable, because it's just something like in my day-to-day life. Okay, when I go to the gym, if it's the middle of winter and I know that I can't go outside for a walk later, I'm gonna walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes after my workout. Or if it's in the middle of summer and I'm going down to the store that I know is a 5-minute walk or a 3-minute drive, guess what? I'm gonna walk. Like, little changes to your life can allow 10,000 steps to be very, very attainable. Obviously, I know that certain people are in different positions. I don't have a long commute to work. Some people are driving an hour and a half, 2 hours there and back to go to work. That's not my situation. I'm able to go to a gym. I'm able to use the treadmill when it's winter and I can't walk out, whatever it is. However, generally speaking, I don't think it's outrageous to get 10,000 steps a day. However, people who do not want to take accountability for their own health and people who do not want to be called out, I guess, for not prioritizing their own health will find every excuse in the book as to why 10,000 steps is insane. And nobody could ever get that many steps. And if you're frequently or regularly getting 10,000 steps a day, it's because your entire life revolves around your steps. No, just not the way that works. Like, truly, just not the way it works. And I don't know. Anyways, back to the actual TikTok that I wanted to talk about today. I just cannot imagine, like, truly, I cannot imagine the concept seeing somebody trying to better their lives by starting to go to the gym or starting to work out or starting to go to fitness classes or running, whatever it is. Here's, like, people don't start working out just because whatever. Typically, most of the time, I would say, people start working out or people start prioritizing their fitness to better their lives, whether that's physically, mentally, or emotionally. You are doing it as a form of self-betterment, And that's the whole point. Like, the whole point of health and fitness and wellness is self-improvement. So imagine having the fucking God complex and thinking that you are so much more important than anybody else in the world, that you are going to sit there and mock or humiliate this person who is actively trying to better their life. You're fucked for that. Truly, like, you are insane. And if that's your take in life, if that's where you're at, like, if that is truly what you feel you need to do, you have got some shit to work through, because that's insane. And, like, here's the thing. The gym and fitness and wellness, whatever else, for the most part, a very individualized thing. You know, me going to the gym, that's not a team sport. Like, that's me versus me every single fucking time. So, newsflash, shockingly, other people succeeding in the gym and other people improving in the gym does not take away from any of your accomplishments. Just because somebody else is starting to do well and is starting to go to the gym and doing whatever isn't going to magically take away whatever self-fulfilled medal you have given yourself. Is that mean? Sorry, but I don't really... No, I'm not sorry. Because truly, how are you going to sit there? Like, how are you going to fall asleep at night knowing that you sat there at the gym, and whether you said it to this person or you said it to somebody else or you said it to yourself, you are actively making fun of somebody else for succeeding in life and improving themselves? Well, like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck do you mean that's what you're doing to get through your day? Get it together. Like, get your shit together, because you're ugly for that. I don't know. It's insane. Like, it's bonkers. It's insane. It's alarming. You got some shit to work through, and you should work through it, because, yeah, that's, like, crazy. Crazy bonkers. Anyways, that's all I've got for this week, guys. Kind of a chit-chatty, rambly, catch-up type of episode, but I just wanted to, like, create more conversation around the TikTok that she posted and then delete. I don't know why she deleted it. Maybe she didn't delete it and I'm just stupid and I couldn't find it, but I'm pretty sure she deleted it. But anyways, I just wanted to create more conversation about it, because I think it's an important conversation for people to have, because it's far too normalized for people to make fun of other people in the gym, and I hate it. So anyways, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a review, whatever else it is they let you guys do. Doesn't make a big difference for you guys, but it makes a big difference for me. Go follow me on Instagram. Hey for Men for the podcast, EB Fit for my gym wellnessy page, and Emily Brilliard for my personal. We're on YouTube. I say it every week and I'll continue to say it. This episode was a bit of a shit show with my camera or my phone dying and angle changes and whatever else, but typically it's a little bit better than this. So yeah, if you'd rather watch your podcasts, the link will be in the show notes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have an incredible week, and we'll chat next time. Okay, bye.